Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, we're taking a trip through the heart of New England as we follow one of Amtrak's most scenic and historic routes, the Vermonter. This train isn't just a ride, it's a journey through time, tradition, and beautiful landscapes. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we explore everything that makes the Vermonter such a unique part of America's rail story. The Vermonter train begins its daily journey in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. From the moment it pulls out of Union Station, you know you're in for something special. As the train glides past the monuments and urban skyline of the capital, it begins its northbound adventure that will eventually take it all the way to St. Albans, Vermont, just shy of the Canadian border. Covering over 600 miles and passing through 8 states, this train connects the hustle and bustle of city life with the common beauty of the New England countryside. As we head out of D.C., the train quickly picks up speed, riding along the busy Northeast Corridor, sharing tracks with other Amtrak services like the Northeast Regional and the high-speed Asla Express. This first portion of the route is all about efficiency and speed, zipping through Maryland and into Delaware. Stops in cities like Baltimore and Wilmington bring on a mix of travelers, business people, students, tourists, all blending into a lively onboard atmosphere. Soon, the train enters Philadelphia, one of America's oldest and most historic cities. From the windows, passengers can catch glimpses of the Schuylkill River and the impressive skyline. Philadelphia's 30th Street station is a highlight in itself, with its Art Deco architecture and Grand Hall. Then it's off again, heading north toward New Jersey. Newark and New York City are the next major stops, and here, the Vermonter enters the iconic Penn Station. It's one of the busiest train stations in the world, and you can feel the energy as passengers come and go. As the train changes direction here to continue north, there's a sense of transformation too. The journey is shifting from the urban to the pastoral. After New York, the Vermonter crosses the Hudson River and heads into Connecticut. This is where the scenery really starts to change. The route snakes along the Connecticut River, providing views of small towns, forests, and rolling hills. Stations like New Haven, Hartford, and Springfield showcase a different side of America, a quieter, more traditional landscape that feels deeply rooted in history. By the time the train leaves Springfield, Massachusetts, you've left the Northeast Corridor behind. The pace slows a bit, but the ride becomes more intimate, more personal. Now, the train starts its climb into the heart of New England. The stops become more spaced out, the towns smaller, and the scenery more dramatic. Welcome to the true soul of the Vermonter. As the train makes its way into Vermont, the beauty of the route becomes undeniable. This stretch of the trip is a favorite for photographers and nature lovers. No matter the season, Vermont delivers postcard-perfect views of vibrant foliage in the fall, snow-covered valleys in winter, blooming wildflowers in spring, and lush green forests in the summer. Along the way, the train stops in towns like Brattleboro, White River Junction, Montpelier, and Essex Junction. These towns may be small, but each one has its own story. In Brattleboro, for example, you'll find a vibrant art scene and historic buildings. White River Junction is a hub of railroad history, with an old-school station that looks like something from a classic movie. And Montpelier, the smallest state capital in the U.S., offers a peaceful charm that's rare to find. One of the best things about the Vermonter is the onboard experience. While the train doesn't offer sleeper cars, it features comfortable coach seating with plenty of legroom and large windows perfect for sightseeing. There's also a Café Tilde copyright car where you can grab snacks, sandwiches, coffee, and even local Vermont craft beer. Passengers often gather here, sharing stories or working on laptops while the countryside rolls by outside. The train staff are friendly and knowledgeable, often pointing out landmarks or sharing bits of local trivia. Whether you're a first-time rider or a regular commuter, you're made to feel at home. That's the magic of long-distance rail travel. It connects people not just to places, but to each other. Historically, the Vermonter has a rich backstory. The service we know today began in 1995, but its roots go much deeper. It replaced the older Montrealer service, which used to run all the way to Montreal, Canada. Due to funding and border issues, the route was shortened, but there are ongoing discussions about restoring service across the border someday. Until then, Albans remains the northern terminus, a quiet, charming town where the journey officially ends. Over the years, the Vermonter has undergone several changes in its route and operations. In 2014, a significant change occurred when the train was rerouted to serve the Knowledge Corridor in western Massachusetts, bringing service back to towns like Holyoke and Northampton. This shift not only improved travel times but also reconnected communities to the national rail network. The Vermonter is not just a train, it's a lifeline for many of the small towns it serves. For students traveling to colleges, for residents visiting family, or tourists exploring the natural beauty of New England, it's an essential connection. And beyond its practical role, it holds emotional value too. Riding the Vermonter feels like stepping into a slower, more thoughtful world, where the journey matters just as much as the destination. One of the most fascinating parts of the trip is crossing the Connecticut River, which the train does multiple times. This river has shaped the geography and history of New England, and watching it snake through the valleys is a treat for anyone with a love of nature or geography. Another scenic highlight is the Green Mountains. Especially during the fall foliage season, the trees burst into brilliant shades of red, orange, and yellow, making every window look like a painting. There are often moose and deer sightings along the route, especially in northern Vermont. Wildlife photographers and nature lovers often take the train specifically to catch a glimpse of these majestic animals. And in winter, the snow transforms the landscape into a white wonderland, making the Vermonter one of the coziest and most picturesque winter travel experiences in the country. Of course, like any train, the Vermonter has faced its challenges. Weather delays, track maintenance, and funding issues have all been part of its story. But the communities it serves have consistently rallied behind it, pushing for upgrades, better service, and even expansion. Amtrak has responded with improved track conditions, modernized equipment, and plans for increased speed and frequency in the future. Looking ahead, there's a lot of optimism for the Vermonter. Rail travel is gaining popularity again, thanks to its environmental benefits, lower stress, and unique charm. There's talk of extending the route once again into Canada, which would open up exciting international possibilities. There are also efforts to modernize the rolling stock, possibly bringing newer, more energy-efficient trains to the route in the coming years. For now, though, the Vermonter remains a shining example of what American rail travel can be. It blends history with comfort, speed with scenery, and tradition with modern convenience. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, riding the entire route or just hopping on for a short segment, the Vermonter offers something special. It's more than transportation, it's an experience. So, next time you find yourself needing to travel through New England, consider taking the train instead of the highway or airport. Let the Vermonter show you the sights, the people, and the stories that make this part of the country so unique. You'll find that sometimes the best way to see America is from a train window, with a coffee in hand and a landscape full of beauty rolling by. Thank you so much for joining us today on this journey aboard the Vermonter. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more train stories, travel guides, and rail adventures across the US and beyond. We've got many more exciting trips to share with you, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. Until next time, keep your eyes on the tracks and your heart on the journey. See you in the next video.